Hey, what's up, everybody? This is James Turner. I'm owner of I Got Rehabs. I'm a real estate investor and wholesaler. And in this video, we're going to talk about using CallLoop and is it worth it to try and reach out to motivated sellers using CallLoop. So let's jump in. If you haven't been following me or any of my other channels, I'm actually going to be consolidating everything into this one main channel. There's obviously Flipping Mistakes, and there is the I Got Rehabs channel and Facebook and Instagram, but everything's going to be here for now. But for those who are new to me, welcome. I've been doing real estate investing for about the last 4 years. Started in 2014 in November timeframe, so we're coming up on our 4th year anniversary. I've done over 40 wholesale deals, a few rehabs in there as of the last couple of years, and learned a few things, messed up a lot, changed up a lot. And I use this channel to share different things on occasion to let you know what's been working for me and what's not. So in terms of this video, what I've been doing is changing a lot within my marketing. We went from doing direct mail yellow letters, doing postcards. We also, after figuring out that cost too much money and we didn't have enough money to be consistent, we went to my roots, which is digital marketing and advertising. I started doing Google PPC right before that train left and sailed into the distance. We were getting leads at $30, $40, $50 a lead using Google search engine marketing. And after 4 or 5 months, it started to cost almost, $100, $200, $300, $400 a lead. You almost paid $50 a click sometimes in the market I'm in, which is Chicago. So we couldn't do that anymore. Then I went to Facebook. Facebook has been treating me right. We've gotten a lot of good deals from it. I think I've spent about 14 grand this year on Facebook, and we got about 70,000 in the pipeline and about 37,000 closed. So we're doing really well on Facebook, but I needed to figure out what was that other thing. And what's been coming up into our mind consistently has been cold calling. And over the last 2 months, we've gotten that squared away to where, okay, now cold calling is something that works for us. We got a cold caller from the Philippines. It makes sense. We're getting leads, making our cold caller better. He's, learning. I'm doing calls. He's doing calls. I meet with him on a weekly basis and give him constant feedback. So that's been working. But then I started to hear about this thing called ringless voicemails and voice broadcasts and all this other kind of stuff. So I was like, okay, let me check it out. Started to look at all these different providers. There's some people like Slide Broadcast, and then there's CallLoop, and then there's a couple other ones out there. And funny thing, I went to sign up to CallLoop, and lo and behold, I had like a $600 credit in there from a long time ago. I must have signed up way back when and just never used it. But I took one of my cold calling lists in the Chicago area. We cold call about 10 zip codes. The list source method of the most active cash buyer markets in a county. If you don't know what that is, give me a comment in the video and I will explain how to find the best cash buyers and really understand where the target zip codes are. But we use that to find these zip codes, and we really looked at these zip codes and started to put them on the cold calling calendar. Well, I only have one VA, but I got about 10 zip codes, maybe 8,000 different phone numbers. So in that, it's going to take him a while to get through all those. So I said, hey, look, how about instead of just letting him get through all of them, how about I go from the bottom up and use CallLoop to reach out? So I started doing some research on CallLoop, figuring out what everything was going to be. And lo and behold, it was actually not that expensive. I mean, I think CallLoop for 600 credits, and the credit, get this now, is 1 minute of recording. So if you only do 55 seconds, that's 1 credit. So you mean tell me for $30 I can hit up 600 people? Yes. And I was like, okay, that's not that bad. Now, granted, you do have to have the numbers. So you do have to spend the money to get the numbers and all that other kind of stuff. But it's still not that bad. It's about 5 cents to reach out to somebody with less than a minute worth of message. So what I want to do for y'all, I actually want to show you and break down the numbers of what that looked like. Now, I'm not really sure how this YouTube thing works on a computer, so I'm just going to do it on my calculator and figure out what it was, because our most recent campaign, we reached out to 700 people. So we take 700 people and times it by 5 cents. It costs $35 to actually reach out to these people. And that's what CallLoop charged us. But it just doesn't take CallLoop. We have to use ListSource to actually get those numbers. Now, for me, ListSource, if you're just a regular person, just go there and sign up. It may be anywhere from 13 cents to 18 cents for ListSource leads, depending on how many you buy. We simply bought absentee owners, but we have a discount where we can get our ListSource leads for 3 cents a record. So those 700 leads times 3 cents, that was $21. Let me write that down, $21. Then we have to get them skip traced. Now, there's a lot of different ways that you can get lead skip traced. The thing that's been working the best for us has been, what is that? reiskip.com. Now, be careful with REI Skip, because if you don't do it right, you're going to pay the money and they ain't going to send you nothing because it's your fault. You got to follow their template really, really careful. There's a lot of weeds that are in the file you get from ListSource. So make sure you look at their template, do it exactly. Don't get mad at me when you pay them money and they go to do it and it don't work. I haven't had any problems, but I just heard folks have problems and I don't want y'all to go through that. But so those 700 leads, let me see. Let me get back to my calculator over here. Those 700 leads at 24 cents a record, that was $168. So that's the first time, it really kind of cost us some money. Figures, well, kind of, depending on what your budget is. And so the $21 got us the lead from ListSource. Just to recap for you, the $168 got us the phone numbers. The $35 is what we paid to CallLoop to actually reach out to these people. And what we did, we just recorded a message saying, hey, this is James. I'm not sure if I got the right number. And you want to kind of sound real casual. You want to put ums in there intentionally. And you say, I just walked by a house today and I think you might own it. But like I said, I'm not sure if I got the right person. But if it is the right person, I'm a real estate investor. I buy houses cash. I close quick. And I'm interested in talking with you about your house. If you want to sell it, push 1. If you don't want to sell it, just, I'm sorry, like I said, I might not even have the right number, but just hit 2 and you'll never hear from me again. So it's one of those things to where it is not uber professional. You don't want to be a company and none of that. You just want to sound like a regular guy or a gal, and you want to ask them about the house in a very non-conspicuous way. And what happened is amazing. So I use this software called CallRail, and that's how I track my numbers. And interestingly enough, I messed up. It's nighttime, y'all. It's like 8:30, and I was trying to schedule it in CallLoop for tomorrow to go out at noon, and my dumb butt actually scheduled it for today at noon. And because it was after it was scheduled, it sent it out immediately. So all of a sudden, I keep getting these notifications on my phone about all these people calling my number. And I was like, oh, snaps, it's sent out. Dang, it's 8:30. Man, I hope don't nobody get mad at me. Lo and behold, guys, this was crazy. I got like 4 to 5 people already that not only called, but left voicemails eager and wanting to sell their house. And the first gentleman, he's, in his 70s. He has a spare house. Interestingly enough, timing just worked magically together. Such a blessing to be able to get this and talk to this elderly gentleman, because 3 days ago, his tenant reached out to him and let them know that they were going to be moving out at the beginning of the year. And he was wondering what he was going to do with that property, because he plans to go down to Mississippi in the very near future. And he was looking forward to having his tenants stay there, but now they're leaving. So now you're about to have a house that is in decent shape that's potentially about to go in disrepair, because this guy said he moving regardless. And the fact I called him 3 days after just confirmed to him it's time to go and he wants to get up out of here. So we had a really good conversation, talked to him about 15 minutes. And next thing you know, it's 9 o'clock at night. He's a really cool gentleman, and we're going to be going out there on Friday, see if we can lock it up under contract. So to recap, y'all, I paid $21 to List Source to get the leads, the properties, and because on List Source now you get the properties address, you get the mailing address, and you get the names of the people. When you skip trace, you get the phone numbers and the emails. So I paid $21 to List Source. I paid $168 to REI Skip, and then I paid $35 to CallLoop. And in less than 24 hours, I literally did this 2 to 3 hours ago. I've already got 4 people who have left messages. I haven't been able to follow up with all of them just because it was past 9 o'clock, and I didn't want to get yelled at. But the one I did get to follow up with, I did get a appointment with him. So when you look at 4 solid leads that I can follow up on tomorrow, you're looking at 224 divided by 4. That is $56 a lead. And these are some highly motivated folks. Even if I only get this gentleman's property under contract, that would be $226 a contract. And y'all, it ain't even been 4 hours. Last time I did this, I got about 10 or so leads from it, and they kind of trickled in, because what happens, it leaves a live message when people pick up, but it also drops a voicemail. So there's a couple different ways it does it, but you think about the way you like, what you want to do in your business. But I just wanted to pop on here and just answer the question of, is it worth it? To me, guys, it looks like it is. Even if you have to go burn it slow, you got $300, you can get some similar results like I did, have 4 to 5 good conversations, and maybe even get a good deal under your belt so you can afford to do some of the larger, more sophisticated marketing strategies. But this is the end of the video. If you made it this far, please subscribe, like, comment. Let me know you're still here. If you got any questions, let me know. I'm more than happy to help you in anything in this business. I do some training and whatnot, but if you really want to know about it, hit me up. But it's not something I'm actively promoting or nothing like that. But it's just a way that, if you really want to do this and you want a lot of hand holding, it's the only way it works with time and all that other kind of stuff. But outside of that, just be looking out on these videos. Like I said, subscribe, and I'll be more than happy to help you on your journey. All right, see you guys. Have a good one. Peace.